Hey everyone, how's it going? Cloud here, and welcome to my guide on the fourth part of the Recipe Disaster series, aka Freeing Pirate Pete. So this guide is on a particular subquest of the Recipe for Disaster series. If you haven't started this quest off, you'll need to do part 1, which is assisting the cook's quest, which you'll find in the video description below. So you must make sure you've completed that first part before you're able to do this subquest. Also, if you'd like to see a full list of the requirements that you need to complete all of Recipe for Disaster, including all the subquests, you'll also find that in the part 1 video as well. But for the purpose of this guide, in this video I'll only be listing the requirements and items you need to complete this particular part of the Recipe for Disaster quest. Okay, so the requirements you need in order to free Pirate Pete. So first off, you must have completed, like I said, the first part of the Recipe Disaster quest series, subquest, the Another Cook's quest. You're also going to need level 31 cooking to make crab cake, and you need to have the ability to defeat 5 level 33 monsters. That's it for requirements. Now onto items. You'll need some raw cod, some bread, a fishbowl, a needle. Now only a normal needle will work. The one in your tool belt will not work, so you need to physically have it in your inventory. And you also need 3 bronze wires. Now the raw cod and the bread is actually going to be used to make fish cakes during the quest, and it is possible to burn them, so it may be worthwhile bringing a couple of extras. So as you can see on my inventory, I'm bringing 3 raw cod and 3 bread to be safe. But that's it for the requirements and items. Now onto the quest starting point. So we are in the Lumbridge Castle Banquet Hall, which is where all of the Recipe Disaster subquests take place, as you should know by now. And what you need to do in order to start freeing Pirate Pete, you want to inspect his frozen form in the banquet hall. And Gypsy Aris says that to free Pirate Pete from the Coloramancer's attack, you will need to feed him fish cakes, and she suggests you talk to the cook. So we want to just go outside into the Lumbridge kitchen and talk to the cook, and he will tell you the fish cake recipe calls for ground cod, breadcrumbs, ground crab meat and ground kelp. He will say that Murphy in Port Gizzard will help you get the crab meat and kelp. If you're having trouble finding the dialogue option for the cook, you need to obviously mention the Recipe Disaster quest and ask for help with a specific part, and it will come up all the different characters, and obviously select Pirate Pete and he will tell you then about fish cakes, etc. Now make sure you have asked the cook as well about the crab meat and before this next step, otherwise Murphy will not talk to you about crab cakes. So Murphy can be found at Port Gizzard. Now the easiest way to get there, first off we're going to go to Port Sarim. So if you teleport to the Port Sarim Lodestone via the Lodestone network, then once you arrive, you want to head over to where the charter ship is, and you should be able to charter a ship to the Port Gizzard docks. So if you select that, and you want to head over that way now. So once you arrive, you want to head to the northern sort of part of Port Gizzard, and you should see Murphy, and you want to ask him about giant crabs, and he will tell you that he can create breathing gear if you have a fishbowl. He can then take you diving for crab and kelp. So with a fishbowl in your inventory, you want to talk to Murphy again to get your fishbowl made into a diving apparatus. You want to put on the fishbowl helmet and diving apparatus, and then ask to go diving. Now this part, your weight must be under 27 kilograms. The diving apparatus and fishbowl helmet weigh 15 kilograms together, so that leaves you 12 kilograms for all your items and equipment. Now there's a bank deposit box near Murphy, so you can take off different parts of armour and deposit that away, so you have the required weight in order to go diving. It may mean you end up putting most of your armour and that in the bank, but don't worry, the monsters you're going to be fighting aren't exactly that difficult, so you shouldn't have really too much trouble against them. Okay, so once you're all ready, you want to tell Murphy you're ready to go diving, and you'll be taken to under the ocean. Now, if you want to get out at any point, there is the anchor that you're near just here, so you can use that to get back out if necessary. Anyways, once you're underwater, first you want to find a tall green plant, which is kelp, and you want to pick that. Now, you'll need a piece of kelp for every fish cake you intend to make, so I would take a couple of more pieces of kelp if you plan to obviously take more, just in case you accidentally burn the fish cakes. So once you've picked the kelp that you won't see it in your inventory to obviously get out at the end. You want to then swim north to a crab pen. Now once there, you'll see some Moga guards, and you want to talk to the one named Nung and go through the different dialogue options and tell him you want one of the big crabs, and he will tell you to get him 5 mudskipper hides. So you want to swim west to the entrance to the Mud Skipper's Cave on the western wall of the underwater area, and you want to pick up 5 rocks near the underwater entrance, which will enable you to be able to stand on your feet and actually fight, and then you want to enter the cavern. So once you're in the cavern, you should see the Mud Skippers swimming around, and you want to kill 5 of them to collect their hides. So once you have the 5 hides, exit the cavern, and you want to take the hides back to Nung. Talk to him and give him the needle and 3 bronze wires, and then you'll be able to open the pen door. Once you're ready, obviously go inside the pen, and you want to kill a crab to enable yourself to get the crab meat. And again, you're going to need 1 piece of crab meat for each fish cake you intend to make, so it may be worthwhile taking a couple extra pieces as well. So once you've got the crab meat and the kelp, you then want to leave the pen and swim south to return to that anchor which you came down by, and you can then click that to get back on the surface. So once you're on the surface, just check obviously you've got the amount of kelp and crab meat that you want, and obviously if you want some more you can go back under and re-obtain it the same way. If not, we're now going to return to the kitchen in Lumbridge Castle to prepare our ingredients. You want to teleport to the Lumbridge Lodestone via the Lodestone network. Okay, so once you're in the Lumbridge kitchen, you want to talk to the cook again about the different methods of what you need to use your ingredients with. So what you need to do is grind the kelp and the crab meat to get ground kelp and ground crab meat. There should be a right click option for that. You then want to right click to grind raw cod into ground cod, and again you need to talk to the cook first or the option will be locked. You then want to use your knife on your bread, or right click it even, to get breadcrumbs, and again make sure you talk to the cook first or else the option will be locked. Now once you've done all that, you then need to talk to the cook once again and make your way through the conversation to protecting Pirate Pete, and the cook will tell you he knows how to make fish cakes. He'll obviously then tell you what to do with all those ingredients you just sort of modified, and you want to use the ingredients on each other to create a raw fish cake. Now again, like I said, as you go to cook this fish cake, there is a chance it can burn, so obviously if you did bring extra items with you, it may be worthwhile turning them into the raw fish cake forms ready. Either way, with your raw fish cake, you want to use it on the Lumbridge range, and hopefully it will cook without burning, or if the first one does burn, hopefully the ingredients you bought for the second or third one don't. And then once you have your cooked fish cake, you'll be able to give this to Pirate Pete. If for any reason, obviously you do end up burning all the fish cakes that you managed to make, it does mean you're going to have to re-obtain more of those items using the usual methods, so it all really depends on your cooking level. Either way, with the cooked fish cake, you want to go back into the banquet hall and give it to Pirate Pete. Now make sure you do right click it and not left click it so you don't accidentally eat it. And once you use it on Pirate Pete, a Gypsy Aros will teleport him to safety, and it will come up, congratulations, you have freed Pirate Pete. You're awarded 1 quest point, 1000 cooking, crafting, fishing and smithing experience, the ability to go diving and fight crabs, but you will need your diving apparatus, the ability to cook crab meat, the ability to kill crabs to get their shells and claws, which can be made into a helmet and gloves, the ability to dive underwater and trade crunchy claw tokens for giant crab pets, further access to the Colour and Romancer's chest, true treasure and the keys, and 2 hearts of ice. So there we are, that's the 4th part of the Recipe for Disaster quest completed, or another sub-quest, whatever you want to sort of refer it to as. That will now remain, obviously all the other sub-quests to complete, and like I said, you can do them in any order, so maybe you're doing this one last. There's no rule on what order you do it in. So if you look in the video description below, I have links for all the other sub-quests or guides for them once they're obviously available and made. So any other sub-quests that you need to complete, obviously feel free to watch the relevant guides below. But obviously with this particular sub-quest, if you do run into any problems at all, then feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll help you out as best I can. But if not, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, favourite, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. Cheers guys, and I'll see you in another part of Recipe for Disaster. Bye for now.